what is your thought about doing the unthinkable?
I mean, it's funny. Obviously, I think one of the reasons you've probably thought of me recently is because I've just done something which some people might think is unthinkable, which is I've just run a very long way without sleeping for 2 nights in a row. And that's relatively remarkable because it's a big achievement in many people's eyes. But when you talk about doing things that are unthinkable, I mean, this is a very highly personalized area. And I think something that's really important for all of us when we're wondering what the biggest challenges in our lives are is trying to really think very personally about the things that we individually find challenging. And so, for example, if you take my recent achievement, if you like, if that's the right word, which was in this case to run almost 200 miles or 300 kilometers through the mountains where I live without sleeping for 3 days. I mean, that's a big deal. But in so many ways, I don't think actually when I was doing it, I ever found it to be nearly as challenging as what I've just been doing this afternoon, which is trying to get my computer to work, which is massively more challenging for me than spending 3 days trying to stay awake and running that whole time. So it's important just to put things in perspective a little bit and not necessarily get too carried away with grand goals that perhaps other people have achieved or that you think somehow make you feel more rewarded or more empowered just because the number's bigger than a number that you've achieved before, or the number's bigger than your neighbor's number. I honestly think that I can probably run for 3 days with a smile on my face without any trouble at all. But when it comes to trying to get my computer to work for 30 minutes, wondering why am I still sat in the chair staring at this machine, then I mean that's a whole different world of pain, for somebody like me. So this is quite an important thing to consider, I think, and that's something that we can then try and make a little bit more real about the challenges we face every day, and try and approach for myself, say, the challenge of trying to get my computer to work in the same way that I approach the challenge of trying to run for 3 days in a row.
For more inspiration, subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website unthinkableMastermind.com.